What's up, everybody? Welcome to this segment of Keys Clubhouse, the segment of Keys Corner where we're only talking nothing but straight sports. This week, we're talking the NFL playoffs and NFL awards. But before we get started, I told y'all last Keys Clubhouse that I wasn't for sure if I was going to have a kick of the day. The kick of the day that I had for the last Keys Clubhouse was my son's first Jordan 1s that were getting retired. So I decided I was going to show y'all what I replaced his Jordan 1s with. I replaced them with these red on red Huaraches. These is bloody shoes right here. I love Huaraches, and I haven't even done Huaraches on Keys Corner as a kick of the day. So I think that's probably going to be coming very, very soon because I do have a lot of Huaraches to show off. So I probably will be doing some Huaraches in the future. But if you don't have some Huaraches, I think you should go and get them because I guarantee you these are one of the more comfortable shoes that you'll wear. They are supposed to be like a cross-training / running shoe, but I think they're too clean and too casual. They just go good with a nice pair of jeans or some khakis. But they are breathable and they are very, very comfortable. So, kick of the day, the Huaraches. So, let's get into it. So, before we're talking nothing but the NFL, before we get started, we're going to talk the NFL awards before we start talking about the playoffs. And Coach of the Year. Let's start off with the Coach of the Year. So, the coaches that are in the running are from Tennessee, Cincinnati, Green Bay, New England, Philly, Indianapolis, and Arizona. And to be honest, a lot of those coaches very, very deserving. I just don't think none is more deserving than Green Bay. And I'm not even talking just based off of record, but everything that they've done in Green Bay this year was nothing short of phenomenal. The way they handled everything in the offseason, even though they received a lot of criticism for how they were handling the Aaron Rodgers situation in the offseason. Look, this team is a team, like what they've done this year, how dominant they've been. Aaron Rodgers didn't even want to play with them in the beginning of the season. And now look how dominant they are. So I think, and then you had everything with his vaccination status, him with COVID. I think Devontae Adams went down with COVID too. He had to miss some games, and yet they still finished with the best record in the league. I think it was the best record in the league, if not the best. Or one of the best. So I think they definitely deserve credit over there. I'm going to give that to Green Bay. Comeback Player of the Year. Look, obviously I'm a Cowboys fan. I think it's only between Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott. Both had great seasons. However, Cowboys fans probably going to beat me up on this one. I think Joe Burrow was more consistent throughout the season than what Dak Prescott was. If Dak Prescott could have played the entire season the way that he started off the season, it would have been him hands down. But Joe Burrow probably had the better season, so I'm going to give it to Joe Burrow, Comeback Player of the Year. Go ahead, feel free to at me on that one. Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's between Jamar Chase and Mac Jones. Mac Jones, early on in the season, they kind of struggled a little bit, and then they really came on. And everybody jumped onto the hype train of Mac Jones. And the Patriots, I'm still not on that train. I'm going to go Chase. I think before it's all said and done, Chase will go down as one of those wide receivers that we still talk about to this day, just like we do Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. I think Chase will go down as one of those generational wide receivers that we talking about. So I'm going Chase. Defensive Player of the Year odds is TJ Watt, and it's not even close. The others on the list are Trayvon Diggs, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, and Nick Bosa. But TJ Watt doing what he did, he just broke the record for quarterback stacks. He just broke that last week. How could you not give it to him? Cowboys fans, again, don't beat me up. But, hey, look, Diggs getting all the interceptions that he got, it was great, phenomenal, but he also gave up a lot of yardage too. TJ Watt, moving on. NFL Offensive Player of the Year odds is between Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor had a great season, do not get me wrong. But Cooper Kupp had an even better season, and Cooper Kupp became the wide receiver version of Christian McCaffrey. That boy was shutting people, just dominating on his side of the ball. Cooper Kupp for Offensive Player of the Year. For MVP odds, let's just go through the Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he even deserves to be on the list this year. Had a very up and down season. Cooper Kupp, Uh, how can you not put him in the conversation? It's rare that a wide receiver will get that award over QBs. So I think it's an award in itself just for him being in the conversation. Congratulations, Cooper Kupp had a great season, but you're not getting the MVP. Josh Allen, I don't think he belongs on this list this season either. I think he belonged on it more last year than this year, so I'm not going to give it to Josh Allen. Jonathan Taylor, again, just an honor to even be on the list, being how young you are, and everything you accomplished. You've had an amazing season. Congratulations, but you ain't getting it. And Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had a great season. I think Joe Burrow will be in the conversation for MVP for years to come, but not this year. And Tom Brady. So it's going to come down to Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. And I think Aaron Rodgers, even with the time that he missed with everything, he came back and made everything look so effortless. I'm going Aaron Rodgers. And I don't really I think if you're going to bet against Tom Brady, your name better be Aaron Rodgers. That's the only person I'm going to bet against Tom Brady with. And even then, it might not be a smart move, but in this case, Aaron Rodgers has got it. So now let's move on to the playoffs. I need to hurry up and finish. This ain't going to take me long anyways because it's wild card weekend, and we're about to start off the very first game, which is between the Raiders and the Bengals. I got to hurry up and finish my predictions so I can put this out before the game starts. But luckily for me, this won't take long because, in my opinion, the Super Bowl champ is a foregone conclusion. But let's go through the teams anyway. So we're going to kick off wild card weekend with the Raiders and the Bengals. I think a lot of people are picking the Raiders, and I don't know why. I don't trust Derek Carr. I'm not a big fan of their roster from top to bottom the way that I am of the Bengals. I like Joe Burrow better. I think he's a much better quarterback. I trust him more than what I would trust Carr. And I think they got a much more complete offense than what I don't trust. Don't get me wrong. Jacobs is a hell of a running back. Waller, when healthy, he's a great tight end. And he gets a lot of looks. But in my opinion, their offense stops pretty much right about there. But Burrow's got a lot of offensive weapons, and he's a better quarterback. It's going to be the Bengals with the win, and it's not even close. The Patriots and the Bills. I think this is one of those games that's going to be a really, really close game, and it's going to be one of the only games that I feel is going to be a toss-up. It could be a toss-up, and again, like I said, everybody was on the Patriots hype train early on in the season. I never hopped on that train, and I'm not going to start now. I'm going with the Bills. Then tomorrow we're going to start with the Eagles and the Buccaneers. This one's not close. Buccaneers will take this one, win easy. I'm going to say they'll probably even win with the largest margin of victory in the first round. So, and then the Niners and the Cowboys. Ain't nobody giving my Cowboys some love. I understand it because we've been inconsistent. We do that to ourselves. Obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm taking my Cowboys, and I'm not even being biased on that. I just don't see the Niners as a threat. Jimmy G is not clutch. Jimmy G is not that dude. I don't care if he was Tom Brady's understudy. I don't care. The Niners, they got Deebo Samuels, and that's about. He's not going to be enough. He's not going to be enough. Jimmy G's not 100%. They won't get it done. Cowboys will get our first round win and move on to the second round. Steelers, Kansas City, Big Ben. The guy is a fighter. He's a veteran. He's a legend in the game. He will go down fighting. However, he's just not going to be enough for the Chiefs. Chiefs will take him down rather easily. Cardinals and the Rams. This is another one that I feel like could be a toss-up. Could go either way. It could go either way. And this is probably, I think, going to be the most competitive game of the entire round. I think this will be the most competitive, and I like the Cardinals. Cardinals finished with one of the best records in the league, but they're not healthy, and they've been playing great up until now, even with all the guys that they're missing Hopkins and everything like that. But I think their luck is going to run out. I think the Rams are the more complete team from top to bottom. I think the Rams are the most complete team Now, that doesn't mean that they're the best team, but I do think from top to bottom, roster-wise, on the defensive and offensive side, they are probably the deepest and most complete. So I'm going to take, you can call it an upset. I'll take the Rams with the upset over the Cardinals. However, things might be different if the Cardinals were 100%. So that's my predictions pretty much for the first round. I think I can even speed this up because, like I said, to be honest, in my opinion, I think the Super Bowl champ is a foregone conclusion. Not sure that many people are really seeing the things the way that I do. But real quick, I'm not even going to worry about the AFC, because in the AFC, I think it's going to come down to Bengals and Chiefs, with the Chiefs being the ones to come out of the Super Bowl. So there, we can knock that out. Now let's talk about the NFC, because I think the NFC does have the better team, so I kind of want to focus more on them. In the second round, it will come down to the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. Depending on both of these teams, when playing at their best, are deadly and could win. However, both teams had very similar seasons where when they were rocking, they were unstoppable. But then they would go weeks when they were just hitting, like hardly, barely pulling out games, if even pulling them out. I think the Cowboys, when they were at their lowest, they weren't pulling out the wins. Buccaneers, when they were at the lowest, they were pulling out their wins, which is why you don't bet against Tom Brady, which is why, sorry Cowboys fans, but even though in week 1 we took it to them and that was us at our best, I think that kind of says it right there. Both teams were at their best and they still beat us. They barely edged us out, but that's a good sign for our future. But you don't bet against Tom Brady. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll take the Buccaneers over us. So then that leaves us with the Packers and the Rams. I think this will be the toughest test of the playoffs for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. But I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. So that sets us up with Brady against Rodgers. It'll be an epic showdown. The winner of this game will win the Super Bowl. I said it earlier, you do not bet against Tom Brady unless your name is Aaron Rodgers. Taking Aaron Rodgers, it'll be Rodgers versus Mahomes. Mahomes will get stopped in the Super Bowl again. And Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl champ. Green Bay Packers are going to take it all, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about because, like I said, in the beginning of the season, Aaron Rodgers didn't even want to be here. And his biggest grief was that he just felt like he didn't have enough weapons and the Packers front office wasn't doing enough to make the team better. Well, I think he's going to go out, make this statement, win the Super Bowl. What better way to bring in more weapons than to win the Super Bowl? Now, the question is, does he leave after this? How can you leave? How can you leave after this? I think the buzz in Green Bay is going to be too big for stars to ignore. They're going to bring in a lot of weapons. They're going to be a threat. So if you think you saw the last of Aaron Rodgers or he's on the end, I say he's got about 2 years of dominance coming up. So you better watch out for the Packers. And this is coming from a Cowboys fan. I hate to say it, but hey, they are the truth. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all tuning in to this segment of Keys Clubhouse. Just to let y'all know, I am enjoying my little break in between seasons right now, but Keys Corner is coming back very, very soon. I do drop it next week. I have a mini episode just to kind of satisfy your appetite for Keys Corner. It's going to be a little special mini episode dropping next week, so make sure y'all tune in for that. I'll be back in a couple of weeks talking the NBA, how the NBA season's going, and talking about All-Star Weekend. I'll be back in a couple of weeks talking about that on Keys Clubhouse. So make sure you're tuning in for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, baby. Appreciate you posting up with your boy. I'm Keith, and you just got cornered.